A couple of big winners in last night's runoff election. As we turn to politics, it set up some historic showdowns for November. Jessica Borg live near downtown with a closer look at what's about to happen. Jessica?
Len, experts say there were a few surprises in yesterday's election and some major upsets. They also note that anything can happen to turn the tide in the general election less than 6 months away. It was one of the state's hottest campaigns and one of Houston's biggest congressional battles. Retired Navy SEAL Dan Crenshaw pulling off a surprising victory over State Representative Kevin Roberts in the Republican runoff, winning by a landslide.
We're still letting it all sink in.
Crenshaw selling himself as a national security expert, independently minded, someone who could be successful at bipartisanship. Roberts campaigning as a seasoned policymaker with endorsements from top county officials.
I personally think it was due to the fact that Roberts went after Crenshaw and basically accused him of almost being a Democrat, anti-Trump, critical of Donald Trump during the early primary season, and I think that completely backfired. Both
men vying to replace outgoing Congressman Ted Poe in the 2nd District. Hurricane Harvey recovery among the big issues. 34-year-old Crenshaw is new to politics, but says he's ready to take on another fresh face in November. His Democratic rival, Todd Litton.
The message doesn't change a whole lot. You just got to connect with people. You've got to create a vision. You've got to create a belief that you can be proud of your leaders again.
Litton says among his priorities, gun reform.
I don't think people are looking for partisan labels, that they're really looking for people who can work with them and understand things and try to build a brighter future for our kids.
And to the state's biggest race, Lupe Valdez made history, winning a major party nomination for Texas governor.
She's a lesbian, she is a Hispanic, she's a female.
She defeated her Democratic runoff opponent, Andrew White, handily. She is seen as progressive, white, centrist, or right of center. Now Valdez will face off with Governor Greg Abbott in November. Experts say the Republican incumbent has about $40 million more than her in his war chest. KHOU political analyst Bob Stein says money, however, might not matter. Texans haven't elected a Democrat to statewide office in more than 20 years. But the former Dallas County sheriff might have a fighting chance if eligible voters turn out at the polls.
What's important here is whether or not Lupe Valdez can, how can I say, arouse a sleeping giant. And the sleeping giant, the elephant in the room if you want, is a large number of Hispanic particularly and younger voters who have tended to vote Democratic and have not shown up.
Now, Governor Abbott's office says Valdez has not articulated a clear vision for Texas and has not demonstrated leadership in Dallas County. In a statement to us today, her campaign says the governor is too clouded by special interest groups to address the needs of average Texans. So it should be interesting, to say the least, over the next 6 months. We are live downtown. Jessica Borg, KHOU 11 News.
All right, thanks for the update.